you guys. Do you think women are killing chivalry?
Yeah.
Absolutely, and I think that it starts with feminism and how feminism truly masculinizes women and has thrown off these kinds of masculine feminine polarities between the sexes. The more and more women have trended towards independence, I don't need no man, the less a man is inspired to be chivalrous and take care of women the way that they used to, because we don't need it. So the polarity has shifted, and then added to that, the amount of men that I've dated that have commented that they get snapped at for doing chivalrous things for their dates, like holding the door open or pulling a chair out. Like, now that men are scared to do those things because they don't know how we're gonna react. They don't know.
They prefer to just
kind of
mind their own business.
So
yeah.
It's a mess, and we've done it to ourselves.
Definitely is a mess. I can confirm that what she's saying is absolutely true. And you know what's funny? Modern women are mad at men for not being chivalrous with them. And that tells you that most of them are delusional or just confused because they don't know what they actually want. So I'd rather just mind my own business, and I would advise any man to do the same. I was today years old when I realized making an OnlyFans was a mistake.
This makes
OnlyFans came out as a subscription-based platform for exclusive content, like video game streaming. You women, and ma'am, I'm not talking about you, the one that stitched, but you women sat here and empowered each other and said, I can sell my body even though it's not actually sexualizing me, and I'm going to sexualize myself, and I'm going to sit here and make $100,000 a month because people are going to subscribe to my page. And that didn't happen. And now it's a mistake because you put your hoo-ha on the internet and now you made $30 a month and now you regret it. OnlyFans did not put up a billboard saying, do this and you're going to make money. You guys saw it as an opportunity and now are upset with yourselves. Notice how OnlyFans wanted to take down adult content because they don't want to be known for that. The girls claiming it's a mistake are the ones that failed at it. And now you're upset because you can't hide it.
What can I say? She said what needs to be said perfectly. It's not regret if you start an OnlyFans and you did not succeed at it. It's you realizing that you f***ed up your chances in life. And now you gotta deal with the consequences of putting your hoo-ha on the internet.
Modern feminism encourages male absence. It encourages it because it's become toxic. They use terms like toxic masculinity, right? And I say to myself, all of their examples of the idea of what it means to be a man now is toxic. They think, oh, this is a man. Masculinity is wrong. There's something inherently wrong with being a masculine man. And to me, I always say that it was toxic masculinity that saved me. You know, I had a healthy fear of my grandfather. Nobody played around with my grandfather. We still don't play around with my grandfather, you know, and it's just, there's a certain level of respect when you're in his home. There are rules. And because I had that healthy fear, I was, I guess, more responsive to that sort of authority when I had to go out in real life. You know, I believed in structure. And yet this version of feminism today, we have women that are basically promoting men should act like women, right? And women should act like men. There's all of this confusion. You can pick your gender, you can do what you want. And ultimately what I think it's doing is feeding into this idea of a breakdown.
Notice when she said you have to have that healthy fear of someone, because I think those people are the most beneficial people that you can be around in your life, because they will teach you how to be disciplined, how to respect yourself, how to build yourself, how to improve yourself at all times. And most of those people, maybe all of them, have that mentality of getting shit done. So I highly recommend you to be around those people if you want to be successful in life.
Feminism or low gas prices?
I guess low gas prices, because ever since the feminist movement, it's been a lot harder for me to find a guy to pay my bills. And all of a sudden I have to work and I have to do all these things. And I honestly don't want to work. I would rather stay in the kitchen. Mind you, I need some cooking classes, but I think I could take a couple cooking classes and make somebody really.
Term we should all become familiar with: toxic femininity. If you're a woman listening to this, hear me out before you get your panties in a bunch. Since our society only chooses to focus on toxic masculinity, I'm here to provide you with my list of the top 5 toxic femininity traits. Number 1, utter disdain for men. Usually these are the women that categorize all men with the stereotypical toxic masculinity traits. Here's another shocker, ladies. Just because someone has a Y chromosome does not mean that their only intention is to sleep with you, cheat on you, or traumatize you with their uncontrollable aggression and anti-feminist behavior. Number 2, always trying to outman men. It's funny to me that the same women who want to be equal to men also pray for the downfall of men. Amazing how that works. sex. Ladies, if you spend your entire life trying to prove to men that you can be better than them, you'll attract none of them and kickstart the extinction of the human race. Disrespect for traditional gender roles. I'm going to speak directly to the men with this one. Just because some voices are louder doesn't mean that others don't exist. There are still women out there that believe in and respect traditional gender roles. No accountability. Toxic women bask in oppression and victimhood. It's their go-to excuse whenever they're confronted with irrational behavior. If a woman isn't willing to take accountability and instantly rationalizes her actions with her oppression, you're fighting a losing battle. And lastly, inflated egos. These are the women that have literally no respect for themselves, but feel that because they're a woman, they deserve nothing less than a Wall Street billionaire with a purity ring who agrees with literally every—
I want to apologize for believing this lie that I can have it all.
Who agrees with literally every—
That's why you should stay away from these modern women that have these toxic traits. If she is generalizing that all men are trash, or she wants equality with no responsibility, or she tells you that being a traditional man is okay, but being a traditional woman is oppressing to women, or she has that entitlement in her because she thinks she deserves the best of the best, you should not get involved with these types of women because she is damaged and she will drag you down with her and ruin your life.
I want to apologize for believing this lie that I can have it all, that I don't need a man, that children are a burden, that my career is more important than anything, that my bank account can replace a person being a husband for me. I'm so sorry that I was this feminist, that media, movies, songs, influencers were convincing me that I can do everything by myself and that being feminine and vulnerable was the wrong thing to do. And that I can choose to be masculine when it's a role that I don't want, I'm not qualified for, and therefore I cannot tell men what to do. So I just want to apologize for my part in it, for believing all this BS, and hopefully, you know, we'll do more healing on our end, women, because we're going to bear these children, so we need to get it together. And if I have a boy and I have that mentality, like I would never want to convince my son that he has to, you know, downplay his masculinity to make a woman feel comfortable. Not okay. So I'm just so sorry.
Yeah. I know that just from everything that I see, it just seems so discouraging right now to be a man and to have like accusations just flung at you in every direction in the media. But I feel like there are a lot of us women that are starting to wake up to this, and we're starting to see through the lies of the media. We're smart and we're catching on. This is not going to be a forever thing, I believe, where men are, you know, really thrown away so much. So there are a lot of women who are starting to understand what's going on, and we're leaving this feminist movement, me included. And I believe that, you know, you just have to just believe that if you're looking for a woman who's understanding and who's not going to emasculate you, we are out there, and there are a lot of us. You just like Alana was saying, don't settle just because you think they're not out there and that you can't find someone who's going to give you the respect that you deserve.
And now you see them apologizing for believing all the lies and the misleading by the media and social platforms. Listen, I would hope that women realize these lies before it's too late. But it is late for the majority of modern women, and they just have to take accountability for their own actions. And I also hope that the new generation sees those mistakes that we made and learn from them.
Basically alike in terms of personality, in terms of cognitive ability, in terms of leadership. But what it did find was that media depictions of men and women as fundamentally different perpetuate misconceptions, as does workplace bias.
Oh, God sakes, men and women are broadly similar with regards to aggression, although men tilt a little bit more towards aggression. So that if you picked a random person out of the population, male and female, and you guessed that the male was more aggressive, you'd be right 60% of the time. But if you take the 1 in 100 most aggressive people, they're all male. And that's why the overwhelming proportion of people who are in prisons are male. Now, do you want to equalize that? Just out of curiosity? What about bricklayers? They're 99% male. And we've got about 3/4 of the population now in universities in the humanities and social sciences are female.
Yeah.
Are we going to equalize that? And men work longer hours. They work more dangerous jobs. They're more likely to move. They're more likely to work outside. They're more likely to participate in jobs in the STEM fields that are scalable. They make more money for those reasons. And that's all hidden under the idea that the reason that men and women make different amounts of money is because of their gender.
Yo, the sound effects were hilarious. It's a mistake to argue with Jordan Peterson. He absolutely destroyed every point that she made with logic. And I'm sure that what he said makes sense to a lot of people that aren't brainwashed by the lies and the bullshit.